Hi everyone, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kendra and I'm happy to share with you this video that shows a bit of what it's like to be in logging sports at Cal Poly Humboldt. And it's goes from the 2022 to 2023 academic school year, so you will see some videos from last year and some from this year. So hopefully you all enjoy, and I'll try to explain a little bit about what's happening as the video progresses. This video is me carving a pumpkin for Logtoberfest. Logtoberfest happens in October every year, and the seniors get to carve a pumpkin with a chainsaw. So that's what I'm doing here. So that was the end of Logtoberfest. This is a different competition that was in San Luis Obispo. Here I am doing the limber pole, in which the goal is to get out as far as possible on this log. You get points for the distance. And I wasn't the best, but it was pretty fun to do anyways.
Come on, Kendra, you got it!
I put in a video of Ed doing it because he did a lot better, so you can kind of see what it's supposed to look like. So here that is. Here's my single book. I put it at 2 times speed, so this is definitely not how fast I was going. This is a pretty long video, so I figured 2 times speed would make it seem a little less brutal. But yeah, this is called Single Buck, and it's also got a nickname called the Misery Whip, because it's just a brutal, long few minutes of hard work. And this is one of the events that I did all year around, and I enjoy it, even though it is very taxing and you kind of want to throw up at the end. This next event is called Power Saw. You start off by having to start your own chainsaw, but after that you get set up in your position. You can see me getting into it right about here. I set up how I want to stand, and it's really easy to disqualify in this. So that man just pointed out a line that I have to cut the cookie smaller than that width, and also I have to cut from the top and the bottom and match the cut. And if the cookie doesn't pop off, then I get disqualified. Or if there's too much difference in the type of wood, I also get disqualified. So here I'm cutting down, and then I'm going from the bottom and I'm cutting back up. You can't really see the opposite side, so it's pretty hard. And as you see right here, I did not match my cut, so I was disqualified. It's really hard.
Keep going! One more! Woo! Oh, I think a black horse down there.
So I wanted to include a couple photos from the event. It's just me and a couple of my friends, the people I'm close to. Those are us in our Burling outfits, and then cheering our team on. And it was just a lot of fun. So after this photo, it's going to transition to a new event where I learned how to chop for the first time. That's what I'm doing here. And then here is, again, a video of me doing power saw. Thankfully, this professional was there and helped me start my saw, so I didn't have to worry about that. You'll notice for this specific competition, we didn't have to match our cuts. So I'm just going straight down and I'm going to continue through until the cookie is cut, and that's going to be my time. So way less opportunities for disqualification here.
Good job, ladies. Good catch.
So that was axe throwing, and this now is double clutch. I'm on this left side in the light gray shirt, and my partner Brittany is across from me. I put this in 2 times speed. It takes quite a while, much less than the single buck, but it does take quite some time. And so we're working as a team, and we're both pulling, and we're not really pushing here. So yeah, that was our competition in Anderson, and it had quite a few professionals there to help us out. And this is a picture from our next competition that was in Ukiah. And here I am single bucking again. So I'm gonna let this go through, of course have it on 2 times speed so it's easier to watch for you all.
One, two, go.
So this is the team touring the SPI mill in Oregon. There I am. We had a competition in Oregon that was the big one for the year. Here I am throwing a caber, and this event's called Caber Toss. I'm just trying to get it as far out as possible. And it's really quite hard because it's so tall. It's difficult to manage. So I'm really just trying to get it over the line. I got a second attempt for this. Everyone gets 2 attempts. So this was another try at getting it as far as possible. And this one was a bit more successful. That first one, I was really trying to get it to flip because you get extra length added on for flipping it. And I was unable to, so this one I was just trying to chuck it. Here I am single bucking once again in 2 times speed just to get through it, but it's really fun to watch kind of how I've progressed. So coming up are some water events. The first one's called Boom Run, and you're supposed to run across a bunch of different logs, but as you can see, I wasn't that good at it. I was pretty excited because my first attempt went like this. Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. A lot of people were doing much better. Here is limber pole once again. I think I did a lot better on the first limber pole attempt back in San Luis Obispo. This one was just a lot steeper and farther away from the water, and it was very intimidating. But it took me a while to get started. Here I go. And I'm off. I got last place on that one. Maria and I were once again double buck partners for this competition, and we had to do a flying start, which was a bit different than normal. We usually set in, so we saw in a few times, and then we get timed for the competition, but this one we started with our saw resting on top. We also got disqualified because the saw kind of came out of the wood a little bit on Maria's side, making it not a full cookie, and that disqualifies you. It has to be full in order for it to count. But it was a good run. So this clip is pretty interesting. I am doing power saw, and I'm competing against another lady on my right. I was really focusing on not disqualifying myself because a lot of the women were, and so if I didn't, I'd have a pretty good chance. So there I finished my top cut, and I'm going in for my bottom cut. And this is where things start to get a little bit weird. You can see the wood chips coming out to the left pretty substantially, a pretty good amount, and then all of a sudden, bam, no more wood chips come out. At this point, the chain had popped off the bar on the chainsaw, and so it couldn't cut anymore. And because it was mechanical error, I did get to try it again. Here's my second attempt, which is not usually allowed. And I was once again filled with stress in order to get a good cut in, not get disqualified. So I was able to cut in through the top and cut back up through the bottom. And the saw worked with me and it didn't pop off again. And thankfully that happened because I ended up getting a full cookie off and second place overall for power saw. It was pretty exciting and I'm very proud of myself.